It is 3 minutes now after the hour. You're watching Daybreak Live on WOTM and WOIL television. We're joined by Jeremy Herring and Jeffrey Herald from Coosa Valley Medical Center. Gentlemen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you with us today. And you guys, give us a little background on yourself. We'll begin with you.
So, again, my name is Jeremy Herring. I serve as the Director of Imaging and Cardiovascular Services at Coosa Valley Medical Center. And we partner with Jeff and his group, ACG, and serve the cardiovascular arena here in Sylacauga. And that's what we are here to talk about this morning, is just a little bit about what we do there and what patients are able to get here in Sylacauga without having to leave town to seek care.
Yeah, and Jeffrey, it's an age-old story. You don't have to go up Highway 280 to get specialty care.
No, sir. We're actually, we come down here. My name is Jeff Herald. I'm from Grandview Medical Center and with Alabama Cardiovascular Group. And we've been here about 8 years now, working in the cath lab and partnering with Coosa Valley Medical Center.
So how long have you been here?
7 years.
Okay. And how did you get your start?
So I started in the cath lab doing heart caths and working as a cardiovascular tech. And then after going to grad school and getting into the leadership realm, an opportunity came in Sylacauga. I've been here for 7 years now. Love it. Love partnering with these guys. Our teams in Sylacauga are phenomenal, and the results really speak for themselves.
Director of Imaging, what does that entail?
So imaging and cardiovascular services, all of our imaging modalities, CT, X-ray, nuclear medicine, and then on into cardiovascular with the cath lab, cardiac rehab, et cetera.
And Jeffrey, you're a nurse practitioner.
Yes, sir.
And gosh, you've been in that a long time too.
Yes, sir. I started in 1992 at Caraway Hospital, old hospital downtown Birmingham.
Yeah.
And basically with kind of the same group all the way through.
Yeah.
And so it's all cardiology. That's all I know. That's kind of what we do.
Jeremy, Coosa Valley Medical Center is a special place.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And when you look back at the past 8 years, really since these guys came to Sylacauga, the service expansion that we've had has been remarkable. You know, we have a cath lab that was built in 2012, very nice cath lab. We do the heart caths. We're able to fix blockages in the heart. We're able to fix blockages in the legs when people have issues with their legs. And then this year we started doing what's called venous ablations for people that have swelling in the lower legs, can cause discoloration, discomfort around the ankles. And Dr. Schultz and Jeff and their teams were able to treat that here now as well.
Jeff, I guess timing is a key when a heart attack is in progress.
Yes, sir. It is. You know, the old saying is time is muscle. So as soon as an artery closes, there's imminent tissue death. And so the quicker you can get blood flow reestablished, the better off that patient's going to be long term. You know, what I'm looking at is the next 20 years, you know, on somebody. So it's important to go as quick as you can. And so sometimes that's the whole thing that, you know, in doing this at Coosa Valley, you know, we're 45 minutes from Birmingham. And that's a long time when you're having chest pain, when you've got a blocked artery. So a lot of the things that we're aiming at here is to take care of it at Coosa, take care of it on site.
Yeah. We have a video we're going to showcase this morning, and it gives into more detail the importance of reaction and getting to it quickly and what is offered at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Take a look.
Every second counts when a person is having chest discomfort.
Time is everything with a heart attack patient.
Because the longer the delay, the more permanent the heart damage.
Time is muscle. So the longer these arteries are occluded, the more damage is done.
We want to ensure that we get them in here as quick as possible and give them the best care that we can.
The process of treating a heart attack really starts in the field. It starts with EMS that is called to come see this patient, their quick arrival to the emergency room, and then their immediate call of a code STEMI, as we call it here, which is, you know, a heart attack ongoing. We're looking at EKGs. Sometimes these people have to be transferred but most of the time now here at this facility, we're taking them to the cath lab to open these arteries, get the patient blood flow reestablished as soon as possible.
We get our patients from the ER, and our goal is to get that patient as quickly as possible and to provide an intervention or care as quickly as possible so they'll have a good outcome.
Patients can expect the best quality care that we can provide here. Quick, fast, get you in here, get you taken care of, all the way through the whole process of being in here in the cath lab to recovery outside the cath lab.
Everybody on the team has a job and they know what to do, so we work very efficiently together.
Expect incredibly good care, from assessment in the emergency department to very experienced cardiologists and the entire cardiac team.
We are proud of our cardiac service here and cardiac care. Patient will receive the standard of care from the STEMI standpoint. Our data meet the criteria and beyond American Heart Association.
We treat every patient like our family. We are a community hospital, and it feels that way when you arrive. Our teams have done a great job working to improve response and treatment times, both here at Coosa Valley and in the event that we have to transfer patients to a tertiary care facility for advanced treatment.
In the event that they do need to go to a higher level of care, we can get those patients transferred with just one single phone call.
Our team at Lifesaver 4, the flight crew consists of a pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic, and we are on standby ready to go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Our goal is to provide intervention and supportive care in a timely manner to get them to a place with definitive care. We partner with fire, EMS, hospitals to either initiate or continue care as they started and to ultimately transport the patient to a higher level of care.
The treatment of heart attack patients is important to us at Coosa Valley Medical Center because of the difference that it makes in the lives of our patients and their families. The amount of teamwork that has gone into these process improvements cannot be overstated. From the support from our administration here at Coosa Valley Medical Center, to the partnerships we have with our local emergency transport services, to the partnerships with larger facilities that support us in the need of a transport for higher level of care, these efforts combined are what drive the results that we've been able to achieve.
Jeff, when you look at that video, what stands out to you?
Oh my goodness, how much work has gone into getting this. It looks easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
There's so much coordination between, the EMS, referring hospitals, and literally building the cath lab, building the support service within the hospital. And it's so nice to see it when it's at fruition, when things really work.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful.
Jeremy, communication is also key, from the first sign of a heart attack to getting the ball rolling to get the patient to Coosa Valley Medical Center in as quick a time as possible.
Absolutely, that is the building block of it. And like you say, early detection is so important, and then communication within our organization. You saw Meg Motes on the video there. She's been, she is one of our cardiac leaders at Coosa
veteran,
Valley.
isn't she?
She has great experience, is phenomenal, and she really drives that communication and makes sure that everybody knows their job, what they're supposed to do, and when they're supposed to do it.
Yeah, what are some symptoms of a possible heart attack?
It can vary so much. We all think about chest pain and you think about left arm pain, but a lot of times it's just fatigue. I've been short of breath going to the mailbox recently, or I've had a little indigestion when I'm active doing something. It can vary so much. Chest discomfort, obviously, but there's little slight signs that we watch for.
Jeremy, a lot of people have said this. It's just indigestion. It'll go away.
But what if you're wrong?
It's always better to be safe than sorry. A quick EKG and lab work doesn't take very long.
Coosa Valley Medical Center and their cath lab and cardiovascular unit, not only do they have experience, but they have this equipment as well.
We do. We're very proud of the equipment that we have. We're very thankful for the support that our administration has given us, and they've really backed us to build this cardiac program. It's the equipment is as good as you'll find anywhere.
Jeff, talk about once a patient gets to the ER at Coosa Valley Medical Center. Walk us through a little bit of it.
Okay, so patient arrives to the emergency department, the ER docs are very, very sensitive that if this is any chest discomfort, anything, even these, not chest pain, but anything basically between your nose and your stomach that's hurting, of diagnosing this very quickly. EKGs are done quickly, lab work. And if this is found to be a cardiac patient, there's actually a code STEMI that is announced throughout the hospital.
Right.
So it's not calling individuals, but we all descend on the emergency room immediately. And if this is deemed to be a true heart attack, the cath lab is basically ready to go. And so you're going from emergency room directly into the cath lab. And that means you're having your arteriogram done, fixed, and that this is negated immediately. So it's a very quick process.
Jeremy, more in depth about the cath lab and the people who make that go.
The people are what make it go. That's absolutely right. We've got a phenomenal cardiac team that are they're all very passionate about what they do. They work very well together. They're extremely efficient. And, one of the best things about a cardiac cath is it's one of the tests that the results are definitive. It's not, there's very little room for interpretation. You're taking a picture of the artery. So you don't have to wonder anymore what's in there or what might not be in there. Once you have that picture,
So how has Coosa Valley Medical Center grown in the last 10 years as far as this type of expertise is concerned?
We're very thankful for our partnership with ACG. These guys have supported us in every way. As we mentioned a little while ago, you started with diagnostic heart caths, which meant we could take the pictures of the arteries and find out if you had a blockage, but we weren't fixing them. And then some 4 or 5 years ago, we started fixing arteries inside the heart. We fix arteries in the legs, and now most recently, we've added the venous ablations to the offering as well.
Wow. Jeff, when you hear Jeremy talk about fixing things in our body, but you got to know what you're doing there.
Yes, sir. Everybody that comes down there are no beginners, from our group that are down here. Yeah. Everybody here, these are the same people that are at Grandview doing the same procedures that are here, and each one is, there's 20-year veterans, that are doing these procedures. So nothing is, they're not starting new down here.
Jeremy, before we go this morning, there may be people watching this morning who had some history of heart issues, whether it's a heart attack or symptoms of a heart attack. How should they put this in the hands of the specialists we have here at Coosa Valley Medical Center?
I would encourage anyone that is experiencing symptoms, if it's an acute event, our emergency room is always open. If it's something that's been ongoing, and let your primary care know. ACG has an office right here in Sylacauga as well, so reach out to ACG if they think they need a cardiology appointment, and we're happy to help. That's what we're here for. So whatever we can do.
Are you guys in here every day?
We're here every day.
Okay.
We're here 5 days a week. We have we're covering the hospital, and we have an office open, again 5 days a week.
What's a nurse practitioner? What do y'all do? Or what don't you do?
Yeah. Well, just a little bit. You're kind of the boots on the ground. You're the point person. If when somebody hits the emergency department with chest discomfort or palpitations, I'm the first call, and that gives me access to call if I need to go to the cath lab with someone. Then it's a phone call away that somebody's 30 feet in the office that we can go straight to the lab. But it gives me the ability to be handy, if that makes sense. Yeah. I'm always in the hospital.
Jeremy, I'm sure that when I'm doing this show, it goes across the state of Alabama, and sometimes I get sweaty palms, but we got to keep our composure, and you guys do it well there.
So, rely on your training. And it's all about the training, and then when you have the quality of a team around you that we have at Coosa Valley, it really makes that work.
Okay. So how do we find out more? How do people watching today find out more about what you guys do at Coosa Valley Medical Center?
You know, I would encourage you to look us up online. All of our social media platforms have current information, our Coosa Valley website. And then if you're experiencing symptoms, need an appointment, reach out to your primary care, ACG office, or just if you don't know where to go, give us a call at the hospital line and we'll get you where you need to be.
The old-fashioned way will do it every time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you both for coming this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks for
and
having us.
appreciate your service that you provide, and hope you guys have a safe day today and a quiet day today.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Jeremy Herring and Jeffrey Herald of Coosa Valley Medical Center, our guests this morning, talking about cardiac arrest, heart attack. They can handle it for you at Coosa Valley Medical Center, all your care. More Daybreak right after this.